welcome to our lesson on Anastasia. A beautiful shape on the pole. I like to slide down into this move because it's a really lovely, elegant and graceful way to get into it. So that's what we're going to do today. It also really helps you to emphasize the grip point of that kind of underbutt there as well. And you can slide down and really lock it into your elbow, which are our two major grip points for Anastasia. So when I say underbutt, kind of where your butt becomes your thigh in that little crease there, that is the ideal spot because it kind of lifts as you lift your leg into the shape. But sometimes I find, especially with some of the girls here at the studio when we've done this move, it just really, really hurts them there. So if it's too uncomfortable, please play around with that positioning a little bit underneath that or a little bit above, whatever works for you. You know, make it work for your body. And of course, the other grip point is the elbow and then also your bottom leg as well. So when we do the Anastasia, we want to think about being sideways on the pole. And then that last little flurry that we do with our arm is what turns the chest out away from the pole. So it really does look like we're facing out, and to an extent we are, but don't think that you have to turn your whole body away, because when you do that, that's when we tend to slide down the pole or slide off the pole. So we want to get that grip point in our elbow and on our underbutt here, and then as we lift, we just flurry, turn and squeeze. And then you will be locked into your Anastasia position. So starting high on the pole is really nice too because it gives you space to slide down and really get the pole where it needs to be so that you're in those grip points nice and solidly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a climb and we're going to bring the inside leg and just pop the foot on the pole. The reason why this really helps is because it sets the pole here where we need it to be. We actually want to set the butt back just a little bit, and then we're going to grab our thigh, and as we sweep the leg around, it'll catch right where we need it to, in that underbutt glute position. So getting a nice strong solid armpit grip to grab the leg, and then sweeping it around the back, and then we're going to use our outside hand to grab the pole and control our slide down. Now the slide down is super important because this is when we give ourselves enough space. So we do want to lean away from the pole a little bit. And as you do that, you want to give yourself enough space to change the grip from your armpit to your elbow. So the whole time you're just holding the leg, that doesn't change. Outside hand is going to grab the pole, and then as you slide down, you want to push away from the pole a little bit and then let that grip point change from here to here. So let's just focus on that first. Just take that climb. As I said, it does help to be able to slide down into the move. So we'll go inside leg on the pole, armpit on the pole. Grab the thigh, get some nice juicy meaty thigh there. And then we can sweep the leg around, which is a lovely move here. Grabbing the pole, we're going to slide down the pole and lean away from the pole so that it goes into your elbow. And the whole time, the leg is lifting up. And you should feel at that point, as you slide down, the pole really solid in that underbutt grip. So let's try that same thing again. When I'm saying sliding down the pole, I like to think of my bottom foot sliding down the pole because it just really helps to, again, keep it graceful, keep it smooth, and you do not have to rush this setup. You take your time. So after we grab our thigh, we sweep it around, we hold this beautiful little pose, we just take our time. Grab the pole, slide down with the bottom leg sliding down the pole, lifting the leg you're grabbing, and the most important part is leaning out enough from the pole, just enough, so that you can swap the grip from here to here. Because what we don't want here is you kind of really pushing into your bicep and hurting yourself there. Let's try that again. So we're going to take a side climb, get that little bit of height that we need, Okay, inside foot on the pole, side of the thigh on, into the armpit. Grabbing the juicy meaty thigh, sweep it around. Beautiful little pose. Now take our time. Grab next to your face. Bottom foot's going to start to slide down. Now lean away from the pole and slide it down so it's in your elbow. Lifting and pushing that thigh back. So that takes a little bit of practice, but it does take a little bit of time if you're not familiar with those grip points, and also that being comfortable to lean out just enough to change that grip from here to here. So definitely practice that. And once you feel, okay, I'm actually getting this without it being too uncomfortable, so you're not getting that kind of rolling, pushing on the muscle feeling, then what we want to do is lift the bottom toes. So we're bending that leg, even though the pole is still around here. Think about pointing your toes up towards the ceiling. All of your toes, yep. So your back leg is going up, and then your bottom leg is also going up. So you don't really just want to bend it like this, you want to squeeze it all the way up, so toes towards your crutch. And then if you're feeling nice and solid in that, our last little flurry is hand comes down, turn the chest away from the pole a little bit, like a side Superman. We're just turning away from the pole, and for that touch of elegance and grace, we're going to softly lift the arm, lift the chest, and look past the fingers. Yes, and you do want to feel your back extensors working here as well. If you don't actively lift through your chest and squeeze between your shoulders a little and lift, then it will look like this. And also, you'll be pulling down on the grip points instead of using them to lift up. So let's try it. Let's try the whole thing. So we'll take a side climb, a little bit of spin. We'll get some height as well. So inside foot goes on the pole, pull it into your armpit, grab the thigh, and then sweep around. Okay, let's go slowly. Holding next to your face, sliding the bottom foot down the pole and lean out. So you can slide that pole into your elbow. Bottom leg's gonna bend, toes go up, little flurry, looking out, lift the chest, and look past the fingertips. And then grab the pole and come down. So how did you go? This one can be a little bit tricky, especially this entry. It is definitely worth practicing it because the slow entry and all of those grip points, not one at a time, but just concentrating on the hand, the bottom foot, the leaning out, is what you will become much more comfortable with after you've practiced it. And of course, practice both sides as well. You'll be surprised sometimes things just happen on the side that you might consider not as strong, but we tend to focus in really hard on our non-dominant side. So often we do actually get tricks on that side first because we're so focused in. So let's try it one more time, bringing it all together. Remembering, of course, to use that hand to lean out a little bit. I mean, you do not have to take your arm completely off the pole here to reset it. There is going to be an element of it rolling down, but what we're trying to avoid is obviously the pain of that potentially pushing into your muscle too hard. So again, it's going to come with practice. You're going to have to figure it out to work it for your body, but using that hand to lean away from the pole and then adjusting that grip from armpit to elbow. So let's try it one more time. We'll take a side climb. We'll get some height. Swap hands. Inside foot on the pole, into the armpit, grab the thigh, sweep. And here, nice and softly, grab next to your face. Bottom foot's gonna slide down. Slowly lean away so that it's in the elbow. Bottom leg bends, toes up towards the ceiling. Little flurry. Keep the chest lifted. And that's your Anastasia.